Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Who Art Thou podcast. I'm your host, Barra Carlin, and with me today, I'm delighted to have all four members of the band Chiral on the podcast. This is a band, they are, how would you describe their music? They're very dark. There are aspects of punk, rock, alternative, dance, metal. They have crazy range, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So they have 3 singles out so far. The first one being I Bring Chaos, which is the single that we'll mainly be talking about today. The second one is Digital Whispers, and the third one is Kubrick's Odyssey, which released 4 days ago. And you'll see when you listen to them, like the range that they have going on, the elements that they bring in is very, very interesting. I was saying to them in the before we record, I don't think there's any band in Ireland that I can think of off the top of my head anyway that sound quite like them. And I mean that with the most sincere respect. They sound awesome, and I really, really, really like what they're doing. And their music videos are immaculately put together as well, and really compliment the songs. So we've plenty to talk about in this episode. We'll also be running a t-shirt competition as well. The band will be announcing the winner for that. But mainly we'll be chatting about how the band got together, where they draw their influences from, obviously their songs, the music videos, and then chatting about a few other bands such as Nine Inch Nails, Faith No More, the usual stuff that we do on this podcast. But yeah, the absolute pleasure to have this band. Certainly check them out on YouTube. That's where they have all their singles uploaded at the moment. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Here's the theme music by Zach Stevenson.
Podcast time.
Yeah, we're here for a new episode of the Who Art Thou podcast. I fuck it up every time. So every time.
Get Chris to do it.
Get Chris to do it. Yeah. Do you want to introduce the episode, Chris?
What do I have to say?
You just have to say we're here for a new episode of the Who Art Thou podcast. Then you say I'm Chris and I'm with Barra. I normally go I'm here for a new episode of the Who Art Thou podcast. I'm Barra Carlin and I'm here with Chiral for today's episode.
That is too many words.
Yeah, all right. We'll
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. We'll just leave. We'll just start it with that.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. All right, lads. Here, the new single's fantastic. We won't talk about it straight away because I just want to ask you, first things first, is how did the band get going? How did it get started?
Gary, will I take this or will
you take it, man?
So I text Gary this time last year. We were chatting and he just, while we were talking, he just said, here, check this song out. And he never said, this is something I'm working on solo or whether you want me to play guitar or vocals or anything. He sent me this random track and I was like, man, that is killer. I said, what are you doing with that? Is that something you're working on in the studio? And he said, no, I was thinking you could do something with it. So I said, look, I'll put some vocals down on it. And I sent it back to him and he went, yeah, that's cool. So that became the first Chiral song. So that one was called Digital Whispers. And when I said it to Gary, I said, like, what's the concept of this in your head? And he just said, AI. I went, all right, I'll run with that. So I just wrote a bunch of lyrics about, is AI good or bad for humanity? And that's what that song is about.
Sick.
Yeah. You may as well plug it now while you're there.
Oh, yeah. So our plan was we started with that song and it was an early sound of Chiral. And then when we started working on I Bring Chaos, we benchmarked Digital Whispers and we started getting into the whole sound that we were working on. Gary will explain that to you, the mad genius that he is. But it's something that we hadn't planned to release. And in the last couple of weeks with the response that we've gotten from I Bring Chaos, we just said, you know what, maybe we should get this remixed and release it. So at the moment, I'm working on a video. Gary's been working on the mix and we're planning to release it on the 29th. Isn't that what we said?
Oh, sick.
29th, yeah. So again, it's just going to be another YouTube exclusive.
Fantastic. Yeah, because I noticed that. Why is it that you've gone the YouTube exclusive route rather than putting them on Spotify, actually?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that the biggest thing for me, because I work in the music industry, is I think Spotify is great for listeners. But like it's not great for artists, and I just have a real problem with the fact they're handing millions of euros and dollars to like people for their podcasts, and they can't pay the artists, and that annoys me a little bit because I'm used to the old music industry where we got paid for the work, and I mean I work in recording and production, and it's just look, it's a great way for an artist maybe to get their name out there and stuff, but it's not financially viable for any artist, and it doesn't make sense to me. But we agreed on that. We agreed that we stay on YouTube and we try and monetize that, and we just stay exclusively. And better to have one platform and be dominant there than and across a whole series of ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And lads, how did you come into the band?
Yeah, so for me, it was a couple of months ago. I was recording in Red Lake Studios, which Gary is a producer at, and so I was recording my stuff, and basically we got chatting about music as you do when you're recording, and we found out that we were into a lot of the same bands. I mean, a lot of the same bands. And again, it was just Gary just mentioned that you had a few tracks there, and we had listened together, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm sold on that." And Gary was kind of sold on what I do, so it worked out.
You know what he did though? He's forgetting, like, because what he did was he played Scream Angel on the acoustic, for Therapy Scream Angel.
Yeah,
he played an acoustic version of that. I was like, oh my god! I texted him. I found the guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. We got to get him. And within an hour, he was in the band. I was going to say, well, no, we'll wait and take our time, and then I couldn't hold it. I had to say, then I asked him. Yeah, no, he joined. Yeah, he joined, and we've written some cool songs with Al too on the bass, and we have yet to unleash those. We actually have quite a backlog of stuff.
Oh, sick. Okay, so and for yourself, how did you join?
It was only less than a month ago.
About a month ago. Yeah.
Gary just texted me and he was just like, I'm gonna go play drums. We need a guitar player. will you do a kind of job? And it's just like, yeah, cool. Because like I'd already heard Iron Chaos, like, and I was like, that's a really cool track. Like, I'm sure mates with Gary for a couple of months now at this stage, like, and then here I am.
Yeah, nice. we needed a guitar player, and he's a lefty, which is really cool.
Oh, right, okay. I tried to learn how to play guitar. I am left-handed, but I do everything right-hand except draw left-handed. Everything else is right-handed. And my guitar teacher, when I was learning how to play guitar, kept trying to make me play left-handed, and I was just like, I just can't. I don't know why. My brain just didn't work that way.
That's weird. The curse.
It's a curse. You touched on I Bring Chaos, which is a fantastic new song that you have. How did that song come about?
Again, it was just Gary got into this flow of writing these songs that he was sending me, and all the songs just have this, I don't know what way they don't seem to have a structure of verse, chorus, and it's like there's so much cinematic depth to these tunes that he's writing that it was like sparking off ideas in my head, and I can't remember what the initial concept was, but when he sent it to me, yes, that's what it was. It was chemicals. So that it was like I just needed that trigger word, and I started writing about the concept of, I suppose, from the perspective of the actual chemical, and that's where the song's perspective is coming from. It's like, yes, it can be all relaxed, but then it can be chaotic.
Sick.
So it's like the danger. I suppose in one way, it's looking at the good and bad side of it.
And for the music video that came with it as well, because that music video is class. Is the masks aspect of it, is that for the band as a whole, or is that just for the video?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, we're playing with that one.
Nice one.
Yeah, we're debating. No, I think the masks will always be there. Like every video, there's always going to be some sort of visual. And the thing about the live thing, we're discussing it, like, but I mean, we'd like to wear the mask, but I think over time, like, we're going to have to kind of figure out a way of we'll probably start with them, and then they'll probably come off as we go into the show, because we need to be able to do backing vocals for Adam as well. So
yeah,
look, it's kind of early. We're so early, this band, for what we've got to do, and it's just crazy what we accomplished in such a short space of time.
Yeah, the write-ups have been pretty positive, to say the least, about the track.
Yeah, it's been pretty mind-blowing.
And you know what's really funny about that, just to throw in my 2 cents again, is like even the negative ones are positive.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah,
because what happened, so they write and they kind of go, listen, really respect what you did. It's really cool, very dark, but we're not going to share it because of the nature of what it is. And like, well, we kind of knew that. We knew that it was going to be a controversial track. I mean, I think we even could safely say that we're being suppressed on YouTube because of it. We've actually had a few PR companies turn it down because of the dark nature of it and how, you know, I guess like I mean, I didn't really realize it was kind of like graphic and you know.
Is it like it's not like a big satanic video? It's fairly like it's dark, obviously.
The lyric video is.
All right, okay.
We were trying to do one without that, and it ended up being even more dark. So yeah, they said it was graphic, and what's the other word they used?
I can't remember.
Yeah, they said it was graphic and disturbing. That's what they said, disturbing.
Right.
And
is that not kind of the intention of the song?
oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, listen, 100%.
Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's what we were doing.
Yeah. That's very visceral for sure. Yeah.
But then we realized, like, you know, a lot of people that weren't. Well, you know, there was one guy actually who gave us a really great review. He's an Irish guy, and he nailed it right from the start. And he actually said that promotion and going forward is going to be a real issue with this track.
That was Philip from Burning Metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but well, yeah, he knows where his Burning Metal's a great site.
Yeah, he nailed
I remember
it.
when it started off until now. It's like great to see it growing the whole way as it has been. But you mentioned that like you have like a bunch of musical interests influences, sorry, because it's a wide range. And just wondering where does everybody what place does everybody come from?
Oh, you go first.
Me.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got to do an interview for RTE, so I think I kind of explained a lot of my influences. There we go from Caius, a massive Caius fan. For years I played in a stoner rock band in Dublin called Engines of Ruin. So my heart was always in that kind of genre. But I love Tool, Fate No More. Like grew up in the 90s with some of the best live bands on the circuit, watching them play live, you know, and listening to them, buying albums. So steeped in everything from Metallica right up to Tool and I don't know, everything in between. Like I'd listen to stuff like PJ Harvey as well, or The Prodigy, you know, and then obviously classic rock stuff. Grew up on all of that stuff.
You mentioned, by the way, in your RTE interview, a song that the Peeping Tom song.
Yeah.
I love that song. I've had it on repeat for the past week
because I've
mentioned it in I have it on CD. I don't know if you've ever seen the CD case. But it's like a keyhole that's cut into the cardboard, and when you pull it out, it's a naked woman behind it.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's very, very, very Mike Patton, to say the least. But that's that whole album is super underrated. Like it was great to see somebody mention it in a place like RTE. But I could talk about Faith No More all day, and I won't.
Yeah, and I think Mike Patton's an absolute genius.
I genuinely think he's one of the most underrated vocalists ever. Like I don't think he gets enough credit as how talented he actually is.
Oh, yeah.
Like even if you read any kind of like video game stuff for monsters in films and video games, he's the guy that does all the voices for them. Like all the snarling and all that kind of carry on. It's just such a weird IMDb profile. Like, do you ever play a game called The Darkness?
No.
Well, there's a little gremlin thing that you hang around with, but that's like that's Mike Patton the whole time.
No,
and then like all these other films, if you go to his IMDb profile, you'll just see like Goblin something or whatever, but it's always him doing it. Yeah.
He's what a versatile voice.
Amazing.
He can do anything with his voice.
He really can. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very cool.
What about the rest of you? Where would your influences lie?
I'll go with this one.
Yeah, I suppose from classic rock, grunge, Tin Lizzy, definitely. There's a few Irish bands, Tin Lizzy, Therapy, Curb Dog, that kind of stuff. But Metallica, Alice in Chains is what I kind of started guitar.
We were talking recently about White Zombie as well too.
White Zombie.
White Zombie,
White Zombie are awesome.
Always White Zombie at Donington 95.
You know, this man has like so much music in him. Like I couldn't figure him out when I met him. It's like, what does this guy listen to? That's why I love that. I was like, I can't put my finger on him. Like the Beatles, to Nine Inch Nails. You know, he nailed Adam straight away. He goes, when he heard, I think it was it Digital Whispers he heard? Yeah. And you turn around and goes, does Adam like Fate No More? Does Adam like Fate No More? It's like, yes, he does. And he's like, he nailed him right away. Yeah, got him lovely. But,
best compliment ever.
Yeah, best compliment.
I need to bring a nice guitar riff. I'm there.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what it is, but if it's savage.
A lot of diversity.
Yeah.
A lot of diversity.
That's me anyway.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, it's the same as yourself, actually. It's Nine Inch Nails, grunge, kind of hard rock, Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, acting from, say, 1987 to 1994, that kind of stuff, like Skid Row. Fucking, and then kind of Manson, any electronics, so Combi Christ.
Oh, Combi Christ are sick.
Yeah,
Combi Christ are very good.
That kind of stuff as well. Like, what's the other fella? Suicide Commando. Just more kind of heavier industrial stuff.
I've never heard of that band, Suicide Commando. Now, I'll have to give that a shout out. What is it? Is it like it's industrial metal?
It's industrial stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that's why he's in the band.
Yeah, all right, okay.
It's a big melting pot.
Yeah, it is a melting pot for sure.
Now we know you have. Oh, sorry, go on. No, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say we don't really want to pigeonhole ourselves, so we just try and experiment with whatever comes to mind at the time, and just.
I know, like I would find it difficult. I was listening to the track, I was like, I don't know what I would call this in a good way. I was like, this is you have a very interesting sound going on. I genuinely enjoy it. As I said I say to anybody that comes on, I wouldn't have somebody on a podcast if I didn't actually like what they were doing, because I just find it would be disingenuous. So no, I really, really like it. I can't wait to see it live actually as well. Is there any shows?
Who's going to talk about that one?
Which one?
Our
dream or our reality one?
Well, okay, what's our dream?
You can announce that one.
Well, we've got a tour organized in May, but it's going to be in Germany. So if there's any Germans listening.
Oh, sorry, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a mini tour. How does that happen? I'll let Gary tell you that one.
I have a band I've been working with for years. They're a ska band, really well known in Germany now. Like they're pretty famous over there. That's, small bands go, I suppose. Like, but they're an Irish outfit and they're a 6-piece ska band. I've been working with them since I must be like 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
So we're doing a third album. But they were here recently and just showed them the band and it's just said, look, this is what I'm doing at the moment. And he goes, so what are you doing this summer? And it's like, I don't know. So I was just pushing this thing and he goes, why don't you get your shit? Get the boys, get your gear, let's go.
Very nice.
We'll support you, or we'll give you the support. Like, and so we're going to Germany, to Berlin, and a few other places, and that's kind of our debut, really, because we're a bit late in the season for the festivals and all. So we're just trying to get a few supports like that, like some really good ones, and like the Hacklers are an amazing live band, and it's just a privilege to be on the stage with those guys because they're like seasoned musicians, like, and they sign autographs on records and stuff when they go over there. Like they're pretty big over there. Like,
is this a ska band now? The Hackers. I don't know them now, to be honest. So I'll have to give them a whirl after this.
They're Irish band. They don't play Ireland. They only play like maybe a couple of shows. They might do Belfast or UK. They're doing like France, Belgium. They're talking about going to Mexico.
All right. Shit.
Yeah, like they're a pretty serious band. Like, so we're just humbled that we're getting the chance. They're giving us the opportunity to go with them and kind of meet the contacts in Germany that they've made through all the labels and different things. So, we're
kind of country to tour around as well. Germany's
a chance on us as well. So
we were a bit frightened with Sean and I Bring Chaos, but I don't know, they didn't seem to think it was like, will we be okay? Like playing to a ska, like, crowd with the masks, and like, we're going to wear masks and all. He goes, yeah, we're going to probably play that song too, and he's like, yeah, be okay.
It's very them. It's quite a shift up, I would say.
Yeah, well, if it goes horribly wrong, it works out for them.
Yeah, it won't go horribly wrong. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. Who did all your artwork, by the way? Because the artwork is sick. Which we'll get onto the t-shirt. It's the competition.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That'll be me.
Was it? Oh wow.
I have my own kind of clothing design brand called Sonic Brew Designs on Instagram. I'm qualified UX designer and graphic designer, and I was just thinking, like, I work in IT, but I was like, why don't I put these skills to use? So I just started that Instagram, and then with this thing, then it just allows me to use my creativity in another way. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, the colors in it are fantastic. Like, I'm assuming when it's printed, it looks absolutely gorgeous as well. So I work as a graphic designer myself, by the way. I'm also a qualified UX designer. So
that was a compliment.
Nice. Fight.
We should. We probably. Do you have the name for the draw? Actually, we probably because we're around the halfway mark here now. So
yeah. Well, you know, the way we're going to do it is because I mean we're only starting this band, so I mean we've only really. I mean, when you think about it, we only started our YouTube channel 3 weeks ago.
Fuck.
And so I mean the fact that we're just at the point of 1,000 views, and considering how dark and the kind of not backlash, but we're not getting the traction we probably would have if it was a different song. But we've got like maybe just close to 50 subscribers. So the way we're thinking of doing it is just picking a number between 1 and 50.
Right.
So you can do it.
Oh. 27?
27. And you know, it's really funny that you said that because I actually know who the fuck that is. I was told today. I'm not telling you who it is.
Right. Okay. But you know who it is.
I know who it is. So.
Okay.
Are you not supposed to reveal who it is?
No, I can't.
I thought that was the whole point, no?
It's funny, isn't it? But why'd you pick that number?
How dare you?
Number 27.
I don't know. Actually, no, I don't know. My wife said that. My wife said 27 is my number.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's really her. So will we check?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, go.
I'll cut in a drum roll for this whole part. Don't worry.
Well, it's going to be a long drum roll. So
you see, we're well prepared for this.
yeah,
Exactly,
very prepared. I left a T-shirt somewhere. I don't even know where it is. I can't even show it. So, but you saw the one.
I saw the mock-up, but yeah, it looks great.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's the one. Adam's design again.
Where do you get it printed? Actually.
We have a place here in town.
Oh, nice.
We have a few friends. So Thomas Moyles. Yeah,
Nice.
we're working on all of these things. I mean, it's.
No.
You said you play guitar, or were you in bands?
No. The most I ever did was I got a synthesizer and made noise songs while screaming into a microphone when I was a very angry 23-year-old. And those songs were terrible and will never see the light of day.
You can look at people and take pictures.
If you ever listen to Prurience, that's who I was obsessed with at the time. And now I can barely listen to it. I was like, this is fucking hard to listen to. Well, we have the. I swear to God, I remember saying it to a friend of mine. Was like, she was with her mate, and they were listening to. They were going through people's Spotify and seeing what they were listening to. And he came around to my name and he goes, Barra, all Barra listens to is fucking white noise. And she goes, no. He actually does have a good taste in music. And the song that she happened to pick was a Prurian song, and it just was literally white noise.
Are you wearing it?
And she played it. And it's like, for fuck's sake, of all the songs to come up. I don't play it. It's still a mini band. There's no video for this podcast, so everybody's just going to be like, what the fuck is going on back there?
Oh yeah, they can't see anything.
This is what happens in the studio.
Yeah. So we're actually wearing our gas masks.
I normally start the second part with asking the question, what was the first and last album you guys bought? So who wants to take that first?
I'll take it first. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust.
Class. That's a good one.
Corrosion of Conformity, Deliverance.
Fantastic.
Is this the first one?
No, latest.
All right.
I think it was The Defiled. Grave Times.
I haven't listened to that actually.
Yeah, cool. Really good band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real mad drop down heavy shit. They broke up now.
Oh yeah.
There's a different band called Low Lives, which are like the complete polar opposite.
Oh, Low Lives are great. I do know them now.
You know Lee from Low Lives. So
it's
his old band, The Defiled.
Oh, right, okay. Low Lives are fantastic.
Yeah. Really
Adam?
I think the last one I bought would have been the Fragile on vinyl. Only a couple of years back, I just went in on a vinyl spree.
Wait, you have Fragile with the 9 Inch Nails, is it?
9 Inch Nails for the
I
Fragile,
love that album. That's a fantastic album.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, actually, 9 Inch Nails album. Like I have most of them at home, but I don't know why it's the Fragile that I always come back to the most.
Yeah,
That's class.
Yeah, that was a big influence for I Bring Chaos, actually. 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
They're a solid band.
Yeah, well, it was a name that was thrown around amongst all the other names.
Yeah.
Like
the Fragile was. As a name,
just in general,
that
sound, I suppose, that industrial sound.
Yeah.
Just
I remember for years I had a friend of mine he's a musician, and for years I was telling him to listen to Downward Spiral, And he was like, I'm too busy. He's like, how are you too busy to set it? No one's that busy to set aside 45 minutes over 10 years of friendship. Do you know what I mean? You can do that. And he just wouldn't listen to it. And I got him one day and I was like, you're coming over to my house. We're going to eat pizza in my bedroom and we're going to listen to a Downward Spiral on like I had a gigantic speaker system in my room. So we listened to it. And for the whole album, every time a new song started, he goes, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. And I was like, yes, of course. It's a classic for a reason.
Finally.
And then you're crying into your pizza by the end of it.
Yeah, he explained to me. I never got it because, as I said, like I'm not a musician, would never claim to be. But that the song "Hurt" when it finishes, it has a what the fuck is a passing note. So that's why he was like, when it finishes, the passing note that should go to a note, then it just goes bang, and he goes, that symbolizes the guy's suicide. I was like, I would never have picked up on that if it weren't for yourself. But no, it's genius song. Depressing as hell, but yeah, great song.
No, it's amazing album. Do you know the story behind that, where they did the album for that song, for that whole thing?
Was it Sharon Tate's house?
Yeah,
they was murdered in.
Yeah. He rented the house.
They claim that they booked it by accident, and I'm just like, how? There's no way that was an accident. You definitely knew that it was the murder house from the Manson murders. Like, and also, by the way, was Marilyn Manson his producer or something at the time, or he was Marilyn Manson's producer at the time?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's no fucking way that was an accident.
No, it couldn't be.
It couldn't have been.
It's one of the most famous. No, it was one of the most famous houses in LA. Jesus Christ. Everyone knew where it was.
But like when I read Marilyn Manson's autobiography, The Long Road Out of Hell, which is one of the worst autobiographies I've ever read. But no, it's sincerely, it's terrible. But he talks about how much of a surprise it was when they were told. I was like, fuck off. There's no way you didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I was playing, I don't know. I mean, how could you not know?
Yeah. It's a very famous spot, yeah.
Especially if you live in LA and stuff like that. It's obviously well known.
Yeah, it'd be like the haunted house of LA. Like it is. What happened there was horrific. Like you'd have to know.
Yeah.
But it's a horrific. I watched a podcast, listened to a podcast, last podcast, The Left, doing the Charles Manson thing. I didn't realize how fucking horrendous it actually was. But we won't go into it because we're talking about your band.
But just seeing as we're on that topic, right?
Right.
I'm gonna plug a book that I think everybody should read. It's a book called Chaos.
Okay.
I know it's kind of in the vein of the song, but it's by a guy called Tim. What was his name? Can't remember now. But it is a fascinating investigation into the whole Charlie Manson murders, the whole mind control,
the
MK
cult
Ultra,
aspect of it,
the whole thing. Get your tinfoil hats, kids. But it's an amazing book.
Yeah. Oh, the MK Ultra stuff we could talk about for ages. That stuff is it's terrifying.
You hit it right there. All right, Adam, off you go.
Yeah. That song that we're gonna work on.
Do you have a song called MK Ultra? Okay.
No, we have what's the Hollywood one, is it?
Yeah.
We actually picked these topics like some we're just talking about now. That's kind of where we kind of base a lot of the tunes on, like, you know, really just interesting ideas, and then, you know, we kind of go with that. Except for me, I just give him one word and then he goes off
on tangents. Go down a rabbit hole. I'm off downward spiral. Like he sent me this track that is going to be like our intro song. It's called Kubrick's Odyssey. I suppose it's kind of like.
I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, exactly right.
How'd you know?
But yeah, just there's a small section at the end where the vocals come in, and I tried to piece in as many kind of small references to Kubrick as I could from my point of view, and kind of that's how we always build these songs. It's always kind of from a story element or a cinematic element. Being big movie buffs as well, you know, you always want to put that kind of color and depth into these songs.
Do you have a favorite Kubrick film?
Also between 2001 and Clockwork Orange, they're both.
Believe it or not, I've never seen 2001. Still haven't seen it.
What? Oh no!
Sorry, I still haven't seen it.
Oh my god! Well, you're gonna have to go watch it.
It's a long movie, is it not? I'll go watch it after this.
I watched it the other night. It's doable.
No, it's not. I will watch it eventually.
No, you gotta watch it. It's an amazing movie. I mean, one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. And it was made in the 60s.
I'm pretty sure it is like the quintessential sci-fi film. Like you
In the
can't really.
60s.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts. And it's been parodied so much as well. It's like I really need to see this movie. I feel like I've seen it already. Like,
yeah, you want to watch it before we release our video.
All right, okay.
So you won't get it otherwise.
Do you guys have a favorite live performance you've ever seen?
I do. I think we all share the same one? It's up there, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Was it 2000? Was it 2000?
It was 2000, yeah.
So Punchestown.
2000 maybe.
Yeah. Was it?
The Ozfest in Punchestown, or what became the
Tool Fest.
Tool Fest.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So it's Tool.
Well, just give him the list of names that played that show.
Played there.
So it was Ozzy's gig, but Ozzy didn't end up playing.
Oh,
He was the
okay.
headliner. Yeah, he was sick or something.
Sore throat.
Sore throat or whatever. But Tool ended up headlining the whole thing then. But there was some amount of heavy bands at it. Was unreal.
Did Papa Roach play that?
Don't think.
No, I don't think so.
so.
I don't think they played that. Drowning Pool did though.
Drowning Pool.
Oh, sick.
Slayer.
Slayer played. Therapy. Some amount of cool bands out now, in fairness.
What else is there?
Was that was Drowning Pool with the original singer as well then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, before he died.
Machine Head were there.
Machine Head, yeah.
What a gig. Oh my God.
That's
amazing. And Tool finished it off. It was just like, oh, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty class. All right.
And System of a Down were deadly as well.
Well, I've heard they're hit and miss live. So they're obviously pretty
They were great that day.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, this was their peak. Yeah.
Second album. They were only after doing Toxicity, I think, was it?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Wow, what a that was probably up there.
Man.
You got
Yeah.
And it was in Punchestown, was it?
Punchestown, yeah.
Tool Fest.
Tool Fest.
Aussie Fest / Tool.
I was actually
go on, sir.
I was just gonna say I was kind of happy that happened. And I like Ozzy and all, but it was just like when it became the Tool Fest, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Tool live either. Actually, they were I had the opportunity to see them last time they were here, and I was sick as a dog and couldn't go. I was kicking myself. So and then having to watch the videos the next day and go like, oh,
amazing, man.
Black Sabbath up in Belfast was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
What year was that? Oh, was that on the last tour? Was it?
Yeah, not the last tour. The tour before that. So they just finished the Tour Dane album, I think.
Oh yeah, I really liked that album actually.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
Another great one was Therapy, just on a Suicide Pack. When that came out, they played the Olympia, and it was amazing. And Clutch are supporting them.
Oh shit! Clutch are awesome.
It was an amazing gig. And Metallica then as well, the RDS, the 20th anniversary Master Puppets. Whoa, what a Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains
supporting them. Oh, that was an amazing one too. Yeah.
Do you guys have a most underrated artist?
Oh, most underrated.
Avatar.
Nice. Avatar are great. Yeah, Avatar are very good.
Avatar
heavy as fuck.
Yeah, I've seen them raking. I was only seeing them there, which is last month in Germany.
You saw them?
Yeah, I've seen it loads of times.
Oh, sick!
But it's such a great live show, and they're getting bigger and bigger. But they should be like a stadium band at this stage, and they're just.
It's been going for long enough. You think they would be absolutely huge because they're a solid band. Like they're a really, really good band. Like yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Actually, I mean that's a good question. You never really think of those ones, underrated ones. We have a lot of really cool bands coming up in this country, though. Like I have to say,
oh yeah,
like that pool of bands that are coming out of here are like I love every single one of them. I think they're all deadly. Every single one of them.
Well, I've been going to Melt the Masses recently, and just every single week that I go, it's just like, where are all these crazy talented bands coming? It seems like the talent just goes up every single year. It's ridiculous. Like some of them aren't even metal bands, which is like it's fine. But they're giving it a go, and they're still fucking absolutely. The crowd still loves it. Still fantastic bands, and that's just a side of hard rock and metal. That's not even talking about all the other stuff that's going on here as well.
Hey, did you have? You didn't have? Is it Dirt Band? Is that what they're?
Dirtbird.
Dirtbird.
No, I haven't had Dirtbird on yet. Actually, they're
amazing.
Class, yeah.
Wow, like,
very good band, yeah.
Amazing musicians, amazing.
Really cool.
Like Fate No More, like Incubus. I don't know. It's definitely Fate No More in that band.
Fate No More, one band that I, as I said, we touched on Mike Patton earlier. I don't know how they don't get tossed around or more. I saw them at Download like 10 years ago now, and they were just everything that I wanted in them, because I've been listening to them for so long, and then finally seeing them was like, they're just as good as I thought they were going to be. They're absolutely incredible live. I'm not just talking about Mike Patton, like all the other members as well, just pure solid performances.
Do you know what I really like recently that I heard was Rush? Because we've been compared to them a few. I don't know why, but someone
compared to Rush.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. He said your band reminds me of Rush. Okay. So we went and listened. So we started listening to them, and because that song that we're talking about, Kubrick's Odyssey, that's like our 2001. It's like the Ecstasy of Gold meets like 2001 Space Odyssey, and you know the way Metallica start the show with Ecstasy of Gold, before they come on.
Yeah. The big walk-on song.
That's our one. That's what our thing is. It's a walk-on song. But Rush actually used 2001 Space Odyssey, the same music where the apes are. You know the with the big fucking solid. Yeah. So they actually used that for their walk-on. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that.
You didn't see that thing online of the lad dropping random monoliths around some deserts in the States?
I heard about it. I didn't see this, but I heard about
like,
it. Get his number, will you?
I don't know if they found. I don't know if they found who did it, but like there was just random monoliths just in the desert out of nowhere, like exactly from the film. They're like, how the fuck did this get here?
Deadly. Well, I hope he comes over here next week because we need one. We have to build one.
One in the backyard.
We'll just have to get the cardboard for our next video.
Cardboard, yeah. Actually, strike that. That must be edit that out.
It's real stone space.
Real stone granite.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. I really did love the music video for I Bring Chaos. So I was just wondering what are your favorite music videos of each member?
Oh
wow!
I have a load of them.
Do you know the Slipknot's Liberate?
And
when the young lad is like eating the bowl of cereal.
Oh no, that's Left Behind.
That's Left Behind. Sorry, it's Left Behind.
Man, that song is amazing. I fucking love that song.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
it's got that real Texas Chainsaw.
Vibe
about it. Yeah.
Is that the one where it's like it's kind of black and white, but their suits are still red or something? Isn't it?
Yeah.
In the front. Yeah. It's a good music video. Slipknot have great music videos. The one for what's the one where they had a fan lent them their house just to destroy it?
Duality.
Jesus Christ, that music video.
Great concept.
Great concept, yeah.
And I have a few, like, I mean, I really like Heart-Shaped Box, like the Nirvana one.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's a great one.
I like that one because he said it was probably the closest thing to what he had in his head. It was a dream that he had. And obviously there was a fight between him and the director trying to claim whose it was, but I believe Kurt came out of his head. It was a dream that he had.
I never heard that now, to be honest.
Did you not know? Yeah, he dreamt that. Like, I mean, obviously your man brought a lot of creativity to it, but he started trying to take the credit for the overall video, of course. But, I'd imagine it definitely came from Kurt's psyche, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, it's funny with that album, like he claimed that it wasn't a personal album, yet all the songs felt very personal, especially that one. Yeah. In Utero, he said that the songs are just songs that he liked to write. I think I remember because I was going to do an episode on In Utero with the guy who really liked it to break it down. But yeah, he claimed it wasn't like super personal songs, but they when you listen to it, they do feel like extremely personal songs, especially that one.
But they were right. They had a notebook on the table, from what I remember. I'm such a Nirvana nerd, but they had like a notebook, and he'd write a line, then Courtney would write a line, so they'd be writing lines off each other.
Oh, I didn't hear that now, to be honest.
Yeah, they were doing
lines off each other.
They were doing what?
Sure, it wasn't doing lines off each other.
Lines of heroin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they probably were doing that too. But yeah, there you go. You do a line, I'll do a line. We'll all do a line.
Interesting way to write it out. Does she get co-writing credits on that album then?
No, but he would have wrote a lot of stuff for her though.
For Hole.
For Hole.
Yeah, her
Okay.
first album, like, is it Doll?
Dolph,
What's it called?
Doll Parts.
Dolph Parts,
Yeah,
is it?
Doll Parts. Yeah,
Is that the one that Billy Corgan worked on as well?
yeah.
In what capacity did Billy Corgan work on it?
I think he wrote a lot of the music and produced
really?
some, but no, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I know he did
was
write
writing her
stuff.
on the side.
Didn't know that. Does anybody else have a music video they want to check out?
Perfect Drug by 9 Inch Nails.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
I knew Nine Inch Nails was going to get mentioned eventually. I was like, it's either the Closer video or something else.
Yeah, Closer is pretty cool.
Closer's
as well.
pretty solid.
It's,
Man, Nine Inch Nails, yeah.
I like White Zombie videos as well.
Yeah,
They're
man,
really cool.
freaking
Yeah.
what you call it, Thunderstruck or was it not Thunderstruck?
More human than human and stuff like that. There's
I know the song about it. I can't think of the name of it.
I remember seeing the video for Dragula for the first time. I was like,
Dragula,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck is this?
What?
This is great.
Great.
Thunder Kiss
Thundercase
68.
is whatever it is,
Yeah, that's amazing. Rob Zombie, man, is just deadly.
Yeah, he's a visual artist as well. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
he's director as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He is, yeah, he's directed a few good films
All
and
the
a few
horror
just
films,
complete
yeah.
stinkers, but his good films are
His
very
daughter's,
good.
he does it with his daughter's doing.
House of a Thousand Corpses was pretty cool, I thought.
It's his wife.
His
Yeah.
wife.
Oh, it's his wife.
His wife.
Sherry Moon, yeah.
Sherry Moon,
No, his daughter now involves it. I've seen him and his daughter in a few movies there recently, recent ones.
I didn't know he had a bloody daughter.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I
I know
know-
he sticks his wife into like every like main role, like in all the
Yeah,
movies.
Sherry Moon is in every single. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
confident she's in every single Rob Zombie film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
can't
it's
talk.
normally in a starring capacity. What do we wait and talk?
yeah.
I think he done the middle part of Bees and Butthead movie as well.
Did he?
When it went all
Yeah, he
psychedelic.
did. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, they're on drugs or something.
Yeah.
That's
all these
cool.
bad faces.
Class.
Check that
I
out.
always find I don't know if you're fans of Korn, but like that's all the follow the leader, not follow the leader.
Freak on a
Well, follow the leader, the artwork, but the music video for Freak on Leash is all Todd McFarlane who did all the Spawn stuff, which I always
Yeah,
thought was
yeah.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah. But guys, I don't really have any more questions for you. To be honest, we're at the end of the interview. We flew through those, but it really has been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. So
Yeah.
this is the last part where basically you get to do any of the promo stuff you want to do, just to let everybody know what you're up to in the next coming months.
Yeah. Just I guess the 29th we're gonna release Digital Whispers, and that's the first song that we ever created together. So that's a special one. It's like the birth of Chiral. So and the video is very cool too.
Sick.
Yeah.
And then the 7th of March, which is Stanley Kubrick's anniversary, is Kubrick's Odyssey. That's coming out.
Oh shit! Really? They're
Yeah.
You're gonna do? Oh wow! Okay, you got a stacked month then.
Yeah, those two are coming out, and we're going on tour in May, and we're hoping we're going to have another single.
Bigger production video for another song called "In a Company of Wolves." Hopefully,
Sick.
maybe closer to the end of the year, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I was hoping on this side of the summer anyway, but look, anyway, we're not going
As
to.
you can see, Gary likes to crack the whip, so
Well, I think. I mean, why not? Like, I mean, there's not so many songs.
Yeah. Keep
I
it
think we
going,
could
yeah.
do it. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the next few couple of songs because like I love the song. The reception seems to be that very, very positive. People seem to love the song, so I can't wait to see you have what next going on. But seriously, it's a pleasure having you on and getting the chat and having the crack on a Tuesday night. So I appreciate you taking the time to chat to me.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.
Bye.
No problem at all. So that is the end of our episode for today. I want to give a huge thank you to the band Chiral for coming on the podcast and chatting with me. The lads were absolutely dead on sound, and thank you for your patience for the episode coming out as well because it took a while. But the main thing is go listen to the band's singles. There are 3 of them out now as they discussed in that episode: I Bring Chaos, Digital Whispers, and Kubrick's Odyssey, all of them which have accompanying music videos that are well worth checking out. Like the music video alone for Kubrick's Odyssey is fucking nuts. It has 2 chapters in it for starters, and it's awesome to say the least. So I really, really appreciate the band. Their music is awesome. They put an amazing amount of work into their imagery and their music videos. And they're well worth checking out. It's going to be a very exciting year for them in 2024. And I can't wait to see what they have for us next. Another thank you also to Craig, aka C-High from Idle Discourse, and is also his own solo project. He was the one who produced this episode. He did all the sound for it, so a major thank you to him. You can get onto him if you have any other audio projects that you'd like him to work on. He did a phenomenal job. And on my end, if you want to hear more episodes like the one you just heard, please give the podcast a follow. It very, very much helps me out. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you, Chiral, for being on the podcast. Thank you, Craig, aka C-High, for doing the audio. And thank you very much for listening. We'll be back again soon for a new one. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and goodbye.